Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing a whole house cleaning video with you, while also chatting about how I went from feeling completely overwhelmed by the mess as a mom of 4 to actually being able to maintain a cleaner, more organized home. Cleaning, decluttering, and organizing have never come naturally to me, but in today's video, I'm going to share the 4 factors that finally pushed me over the edge, made me make a change, and how you can do it too. If you're ready to get started, make sure you subscribe and let's do this together. The first thing I'm doing is showing you the messes around my home that we are going to tackle. Now, I know I just told you I was going to show you how I maintain a cleaner, more organized home, but let me just make something clear. Just because there's a mess does not mean your home isn't clean, decluttered, or organized. As a mom of 4 and family of 6, messes are bound to happen, and that is completely normal. It does not mean that you are not a clean or organized person, it just means your home is lived in. Some messes will get more out of control than others, but the key is to not let it turn to complete chaos where it feels overwhelming. I'm not going for an unrealistic, unattainable, Instagram-worthy home at all times, but there has to be some kind of balance, so what we're going for is maintenance, keeping things manageable so you can maintain a clean and organized home without it taking over your life. So like I said, cleaning, decluttering, and organizing did not come naturally to me, and honestly, it felt like a constant battle. I have been fighting this battle for as long as I can remember, even when I was younger. The difference is when I was younger, I had my mom there who is a naturally clean and organized person. So of course, she was there to instill some responsibility and push me to clean and organize my room at the time. But as soon as I moved out into my own home, it was complete chaos. This is why I truly believe there are 2 types of people in the world. There are those who love to plan, organize, clean, declutter, and just love structure and routines in general, and there are those who don't, like me, who have to rely more on self-discipline to get it done. So like I said just a bit ago, there were 4 factors that made me make this major shift, and I feel like they all had to align at the same time in order for it to happen. So the first thing that happened is I reached my tipping point. It wasn't one massive event that happened, but rather a slow buildup of stress, mess, and mental load that eventually just became too much. I have felt this too much feeling for years, but that feeling in itself was not enough to drive a change. My house was a total disaster at all times. I felt like a slob, dishes were in the sink, laundry was always piled up with nowhere to sit, stuff was always scattered across the floor on every surface. I felt overwhelmed, horrible, and embarrassed. But also, this was my normal, and I didn't know how to get out of it. Even though I was living in this mess for so many years, the shift happened really fast. Something in me finally snapped in the best way, and everything started to change. There was a moment, and I'll share exactly what happened in this moment in just a bit, but there was one moment that led to a few more moments within the span of about 2 to 3 months. All of these events are what led me to my tipping point. It was then that I realized the pain of staying the same felt worse than the discomfort of change. If you are at your tipping point like I was but are having trouble getting started, rather than trying to figure it out on your own, you can download my free decluttering checklist, and if you're ready to take the next step, I have a quick start decluttering toolkit that's available as well. The toolkit is great because it goes through emotion, direction, beliefs, reflection, practical action, and quick momentum, because creating lasting change doesn't mean adjusting your routines, creating schedules, or trying to organize in different ways. I believe lasting change starts from within, and this toolkit is meant to help get you started and guide you along the way. It's something that you can use over and over again to move towards changing your habits, your headspace, and ultimately your home. I'll put the link at the top of my description. If this is something you feel like would help you, make sure you go grab it. So I was at my tipping point for quite some time, and change did not happen because I suddenly had more motivation. It happened because I hit this series of never again moments. And I'll share exactly what those moments were. Interestingly, all of these moments are in videos that I've shared over the last 2 or 3 months. So you're able to watch this shift happen in real time, and it happened rather quickly considering the amount of time, which is literally my whole life, that I've lived in a constant state of disaster. Alright, so moment number 1, I cannot remember which video this was in, but there was a ginormous mountain of laundry in my bedroom. It took me 4 hours to get through this giant pile of laundry. And I actually said in that video, never again. Never again would I allow my laundry to get to that point. And since that moment, it hasn't. Whether I needed help from a laundry service to get there or I did it myself, one way or another, I was not going to have that happen again. At this point, I have not used the laundry service in a couple of weeks, and I have been able to keep up with my laundry. I am so thankful to say. One thing I think the laundry service did for me was allow me to get a taste of relief. Would I use it again? Absolutely. If I found myself in a bind, or I was extra busy one week, or maybe my family is sick. If our laundry ever starts to pile up again, I have no problem reaching out for support. But here's the thing, after getting a taste of relief, I wanted more. Having our laundry continuously done made a difference that I actually felt. This is the second factor that caused everything to change for me, finally feeling this relief. My next never again moment that happened was when I was cleaning the bedrooms in my home. My kids' bedrooms, my bedroom, they were all complete disasters. I could not believe I let it get to that point. This is another video I did post here on my channel. It took me 3 days to get these bedrooms completely cleaned. It was at that point I thought, never again. From that point on, all of the bedrooms in my home have been maintained. Of course, kids will be kids and their bedrooms do get messy, but we now have a nightly routine where the kids pick up their room at night, and it makes it so it's much more manageable. I can't say they do this every single night because that would be unrealistic. Life happens. It's all about balance while keeping things manageable and also not having unrealistic expectations. This is about progress, not perfection. Even my bedroom will get a little bit messy at times, but it's nothing like it was. Instead of taking me hours to clean, it takes me minutes. Again, if you're having trouble moving forward on your decluttering journey, you can download my free step-by-step decluttering checklist using the link in the description below to help you get started. Another never again moment happened when I deep cleaned my disaster of a bathroom. It was so bad. I showed the whole thing in one of my videos. I even said in the beginning of this video that it was embarrassing because I knew I did not want to live like that. I had already reached my tipping point, and I really just did not know how to dig myself out of all of this clutter and mess. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to do. I was just lost in the clutter with no way to get out. This bathroom took me 2 full days of decluttering, organizing, and cleaning to get it back to a normal state. Fast forward to now, where I can clean the whole bathroom, the shower, the tub, the floor, the sinks, the toilet, everything, even the baseboards, in less than 20 minutes. After this, the third factor that finally contributed to this change is that I started to see clutter differently. It wasn't just stuff, it was was stealing my time, energy, and capacity to show up for my family and myself. I began to realize that having less stuff not only made me think more clearly, but also made me function better as a mom, a woman, and a human. The moment that pushed me over the edge, or the cherry on top if you will, was when I decluttered the kids' toys this last time. They had a disaster of toys in their playroom, in the basement, in all of their bedrooms. This is when the real shift happened. I thought to myself, this is absurd. The toys, the clutter, the chaos, even though I had decluttered this space so many times, it was still out of control. I don't even know where all of those toys came from, but this time I didn't hesitate. I just started going through everything and getting rid of what we didn't need. I started filling bag after bag of donations or toys to toss. In that video, you can see me take 2 full-size contractor bags of toys out of the room, but I actually went back afterwards and filled another one. I was so done at this point. Of course, I kept tons of toys for the kids. We still have lots of toys. I am not trying to be a minimalist, but what I am trying to do is create a home that's calm, easy to maintain, and not overwhelming. You would think after removing 3 full contractor bags of toys, my kids would care or notice, but they didn't even notice or care, and that told me everything I needed to know. After all of these never again moments that happened, I really had to dig deep inside me and figure out what was going on. There was something significant changing in me, and I realized, without even meaning to, I was becoming someone who resets spaces, who declutters regularly, who chooses progress. It wasn't about cleaning, it wasn't about organizing, and it wasn't about doing more. It was about showing up as the version of me who takes action, not perfectly, just consistently, one space at a time. Basically, what I realized I was doing was changing my identity. I stopped waiting to be somebody that was naturally organized or trying to change surface things like creating new routines or different schedules, and I just owned the fact that this is who I'm becoming on my own terms. This is the 4th factor that finally led to lasting change. I let go of the person I used to be, and I embraced the person I wanted to become. At this point, I am still not somebody who naturally loves cleaning, decluttering, and organizing, but I understand my why. I am consistent, and I have a progress over perfection mindset. If I'm honest, I wish I would have changed sooner, and if I had had the tools to do so, I probably would have. If you're going through the same thing and you're at your breaking point but don't know how to move forward, I hope I can help you too. So you don't have to struggle the way I did for years, not with pressure, not with perfection, but with real tools, real mindset shifts, and real support to make the same kind of change in your home. I feel like I've spent so much of my life stressing about my house, feeling embarrassed, feeling like there was something wrong with me, feeling like I was always behind, always buried, always failing, and the worst part was I truly believed there was nothing I could do about it. My mindset forever has been, this is the way I've always been and this is the way I will always be. I didn't realize I had the power to change little by little, one decision at a time. If I had known then what I know now about clutter, habits, and how much better it feels when your home works with you instead of against you, I would have done this years ago. And it wasn't that I wasn't trying, I have printed off the routines, the cleaning schedules, the checklists. I have read every cleaning, decluttering, and organizing book out there, and nothing seemed to work for me. That's when I realized that maintaining a home for somebody like me who is not naturally organized and does not love cleaning needs to mean a little more, needs to dig a little deeper in order to make some forward progress. Even though if I had known then what I know now, I would have done this years ago, I have no regrets. Instead of sitting in regret, I'm choosing to use it as fuel. I'm using it as fuel in the way that I will never let that happen again. I have reached my never again moments, and those moments, I guarantee you, will not happen again. Will my house get messy again? Absolutely. We are a busy family of 6. But there's a big difference between being messy and completely out of control. I also still have work to do. This shift in me did not happen too long ago, and I will tell you right now that my basement is still out of control. I am working on this a little bit at a time, just like you. The difference is now I am a completely different person. If you are where I was for so many years, I want you to know that it's not too late. You are not alone. You have not missed your chance. You can reset, and I am here to support you. If you are ready to start making some mindset shifts and move in the right direction, my Quick Start Decluttering Toolkit is again linked in the description. This is a great opportunity for you to at least start exploring what it would look like for you to one day reach your goals in your head and in your home. Have you ever noticed the energy your home gives off? A cluttered space can feel heavy, overwhelming, and even stressful, whereas a tidy, organized space often feels lighter and more calming. It's not about having everything perfect, but creating an environment where the energy feels positive. When there's less clutter, it's easier to focus, relax, and actually enjoy your space, while on the other hand, when clutter piles up, it starts to drain you, make you feel overwhelmed, like you have a never-ending to-do list, and it's harder to keep up with daily tasks. It's all about balance. You need to keep the clutter in check so your home doesn't get out of control and feel overwhelming. You want your home to feel welcoming so your energy stays positive. Thank you so much for cleaning and resetting with me today. I hope my story and the tips I shared help you feel inspired and motivated to tackle your own home, even if cleaning doesn't come naturally to you. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about creating a space that works for you and your family. If you're ready to take the next steps in your decluttering journey, don't forget to grab your free decluttering checklist and check out my Quick Start Decluttering Toolkit, which will help you create a plan that fits your life. Both the checklist and the toolkit are available using the link in the description. Again, thank you so much for being here, watching, and spending some time with me today. Make sure you like this video, share it, and subscribe for more weekly cleaning and decluttering motivation. I'll see you next time, and don't forget, keep moving forward and maintaining that balance in your home.